man. You know how I go. What's popping?
Here we go.
There's two subjects I want to talk about. Sunday's event and Saturday's event and Summer Madness. Which one you guys want to go first? Or which event should we talk about first?
We got to talk Bulletproof first, right? It's in the books already.
Yeah.
Let's get the Bulletproof. Let's get the Bulletproof. Surprise battle, Loso and Pass. I'll make it quick, fellas. The Pass that battle. Surprise.
Loso Pass.
the Pass that battled Eunice was definitely the Pass that battled Loso. I had Loso with a 30 ball, fellas. 30.
I think for me, this was a self-inflicted disappointment because I was thinking a return. You feel me? But that's what happens when you're too optimistic. So yeah, I was. But I will say Loso gave a good performance. Pass was rattled. I just don't think he was very comfortable on that stage. And Loso, if there's one thing that he has is a stage presence and ability to be entertaining, and I feel like he really gave a good performance, and that's kind of the performance he needed after losing in the tournament that he wasn't supposed to lose in. You know what I'm saying? So
I forgot all about it. Everybody cared about that. He's Cody. He's in 2 tournaments. Ain't nobody paying attention to them fucking tournaments. He lost. Nobody knows. But
truthfully, really quick, I was gonna say, out of all the people that he's faced this year, I think Pass is like one of the best wins he has on the year against like a top caliber name too. So I do want to give him credit for that as well too.
Yeah, no, he got busy. He whooped on him. It's just one of the things. Pass ain't built for that level of stage and things. And Loso actually performed as good as he rapped. It ain't the best Loso. We see J2. We seen a couple other performances, but that Pass material is some of his better shit. So it ain't like world changing, but it's a clear win for him. And Loso's having a good 2025. So I could have went without the battle at all. But it happened. So shout out Loso.
I think Pass' third round was his best round, I would say.
He fought back a little. I still gave Loso the third, but Pass's third was respectable. The first 2 rounds it wasn't a good outing.
Loso just looked more prepared. You seem more prepared than Pass by far.
He did call out a bunch of people during that hour and a half, 2-hour intermission. He did call out a couple of people. He said Nitty. He said a couple of people. Real sick. I like the real sick one. That's actually the one I like the most.
The Ill Will and Av.
And
Swamp.
Those are nice names though.
And I ain't mad at it because it's hard for a guy like that to build momentum for like rebuild momentum for big plates. Because he's already kind of had runs in battle rap where they're giving him the looks he's gonna get. So once you get to a point where it's like we already know your name, to reinvent yourself to make a Nitty battle make sense. I think he said Calicoe. I never in my lifetime want to see Loso and Calicoe. I just want to say that. But Ill Will, Av, Swamp, especially those. Those are good. I ain't mad at none of that. And he'll probably win a couple of those. He has the capability of beating an Ill Will. He's what I predicted. I don't know. But with guys like that, if he wants bigger names, even if it's dangerous, throw him in there. If he loses, he loses. If he wins, maybe he is who he says he is right now. So I ain't mad if he gets a couple of those, bro.
I like the real sick one. I like that since 2021 when I think they were like I think Real Sick was 9, Loso was 8, or it was 1 spot difference. And then I remember Loso had an argument with someone outside of Nome talking about he'll kill Real Sick. So I'll never forget that. So you know what I'm saying? So I like that from a competitive aspect. I ain't gonna front. I fucks with the Swamp one. They both from the South, so I do fuck with that battle too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they'll get it shaken. That'll be a dope battle too. I do feel like the other battles though are kind of dangerous. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Av is a little bit dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Ill Will is back on track. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I think the real sick one is something that I need in 100%.
All right. Next one, the long intermission that we had to wait for an hour for the second battle.
Yeah, we made it an hour and 40 minutes. They almost fucked the event up. They came real close to close curtains early, so I'm glad they bounced back after. We can't have 2-hour delay.
Shout out to Frozen Bros in the commentary, man, because this was just, they were fighting. You know
what it's like when they tell you keep buying time, but they've been telling you that for 30 minutes. That ain't a good place. That's not a good place to be.
Right? For real. Official versus Coffee Brown. We know the face off. I did pick Official to beat Coffee going to this battle, but I wasn't saying my chest out. I had Official 2-0 before the melee. I know we're gonna get to the melee conversation in a second. Coffee was flustered, and I was kind of shocked that Coffee, like first round, the way it was. Official clearly got the first round. And listen,
and she
shout
choked.
out to,
And
shout out to Official though, because she let her rock though. Sometimes we've seen battlers be like, hey, no, all right, I start rapping.
Coffee backed that shit out too. Like it was an ugly. You see, people people try to say only if you did what Coffee did is a choke. Nah, you could forget your raps. We're gonna talk about it in a little for like 10 seconds and you choked. But the longer you let that shit go on, it just look worse. Like that's the consequence, is it look ugly. But I ain't gonna lie. I made a mistake predicting this battle, right? Obviously, I predicted Coffee to win. But the thing is that I didn't take into account is really the stage factor of it. Because you got to take two things into account. One, Official is dynamite on the stage. Yeah. One of the most experienced women ever and explosive women ever. But on the flip side, as great as Coffee is, she just don't be on stage like that. And the only other time I remember her on a stage like this was when she battled Twerk on the return. And if you remember, it went the same way. She choked in the first. She kind of fought back in the second. She didn't get assaulted mid-battle, you know what I'm saying? But, like, she lost that battle clear as fuck. Right. I don't think I took, as good as Coffee is right now, and I still look at her as fantastic.
Absolutely.
Loss, with the other ladies losing, she still might be in the lead for a hypothetical Wody. So it's nothing bad against her, but she has not figured the stage out. She just hasn't done it. I don't even know if her style is built for it like that. And I think that I didn't take into enough of account because Official took advantage of that. The whole time that they rapped, Official was better than her at everything. She was a better rapper, better performer, better like flows. Yeah. So it was a nasty 2-0. It was on its way to probably being a body.
Lang, do you think she battles too much, Coffee?
I will say that she's known to be outside though, so I don't even want to say that because like if you talk about her last 3 years, she's been outside a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you'll get those occasional battles where there's a lapse in memory or whatever here and there. It's not constant enough to where I'm just like, oh yeah, nah, she shouldn't be battling this much. I do feel like when you do have big matchups like a Official, but then again, they had good prep time. Everyone had good prep time for the battle because a lot of them signed their contracts. So I wouldn't even say like had anything to do with that. But
Official during, I mean, cut your wisdom. But during the face of Official did say thank you TBL.
Yeah, so they had good prep time.
Prep time and stuff.
Right. So I don't even want to use that. I would just say like I do feel like because we don't get big stage battles often.
Right.
I do feel like, the conditioning matters, and chokes just don't happen because of lack of memory. It also happens by just getting thrown off. Someone heckling, someone's talking, or you were at a certain spot, you were expecting a certain reaction, it throws you off, and then now you forgot where you're at.
Getting you a little, you start feeling that stage pressure. You're like, oh, what was I rapping about? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's not like
she looked rattled.
Right. It's not like in a small room where like you can get water and then like, a stage where everyone's looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different. But I have the same assessment. Like I feel like Official was just stellar our first 2 rounds. I mean, from the stage presence to the delivery to the timing, the back-to-back haymaker she was able to land. I think that she knew. I think she was in the driver's seat from her opening bar. You know what I'm saying? So, and I do feel like Coffee just couldn't really get her rhythm down. And even outside of the first round, like the second round, she tried to fight back, but she was fighting the crowd a lot too.
Yes.
Like she was fighting the crowd a lot.
Bad for like if her bar for bar, her second, it's not great. It's not even like very good.
But you can tell when she wants crowd approval. She's expecting the crowd approval after she lands the bar.
They sleeping. They sleeping. I'm like, I don't know.
And when she doesn't get that, she gets flustered. It looks like right after that, though. Keep up.
And even when she choked, immediately she's like, "Sorry, I had a wardrobe malfunction." Now I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying nobody's trying to hear that shit. So it's like you could think in the moment what I'm saying might diffuse it or being real, but even little things like that's the marks of somebody who's kind of panicking. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect that from her. I thought that she'd even learned from the lessons in the New Jersey twerk shit, and her second's not even that bad, but it just goes to show like there was a better woman that night. And then the third round happens.
Yeah, man.
I want to hear three. Can I get your opinion on this one, man? How you feel about how everything went down?
Now I get to assess everything, right? It seemed like people want to play the blame game. This is notorious in battle rap, the blame game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who sets it off first? Okay, boom. Allegedly, these women are cool with each other, right? They decide to battle and stuff like that. It seems like there's no real discrepancy between they got love for each other. They're cool with each other, right?
Like no real life, nothing, none of that. You know what I mean? Going into the battle,
right? So, for Official, who wrote a bar and said to herself, she walked in the building with a bar about Coffee's deceased, baby's kid father, I guess, right? Now I see people are saying that is it true or not. I don't even want to touch that at all. I
didn't even know none of that going. I didn't know that was any of that going into the battle.
This is a dicey. This is part of the show. It gets dicey, right? To have this kind of conversation.
Yeah.
So when Official writes that bar, she's walking in the building. I don't know, not knowing. I mean, I can say this. I feel Official, especially with her situation, she should probably know not to write that bar. I'm saying that now, hindsight, now 2020, right? That she shouldn't write that, because once you write that bar, you don't want to see what you did to Coffee Brown. You know, you don't want. I just didn't like the fact that she did that, because she set it off. Now you got Coffee Brown, who hears that bar. She's down 2-0. She got to hit something. Something got to land here. So it's a rebuttal, a mean rebuttal. I don't know if Coffee's thinking, okay, I'm about to say this. How Official's going to take this? All three of us are battle rap media guys here. We watch everything that goes down the timeline.
I'm not gonna lie, 3. I don't think she cared, because like in that time period when she's rebuttaling,
right?
Like she didn't even make a bar out of it. That's the thing. Like it was nothing clever. Like it was just like she in the spur of the moment, she just wanted to say that. You know what I'm saying? And now to your point about Official, I feel like yes. When you have bars about the deceased, you kind of invite that energy. Right. Now I think it was. I don't think it was just that. I also think it was like the OnlyFans bar too about the kids too. That probably got under Coffee, because I think it was a mixture of both. And the difference is that like I feel like the only
that was a haymaker.
That was surgical.
That was a haymaker right
like
there.
the only here's the thing about that. Like I feel like that wasn't disrespect, and I think Official said this too. That wasn't disrespect towards the kids. That was aimed towards you. You know what I'm saying? Now, if your rationale wants to be mentioning like the dead baby father or whatever, then okay, that's one thing. In my opinion, I feel like they both were wrong. Like, I feel like they were both wrong. I think they both were wrong. Like I feel like when Official did it, and you can't talk about someone's intent, but Official had the mindset of like, okay, these topics have been mentioned before, so I'm just gonna make a bar out of them, right? And obviously we know that with Coffee's intention was to get under Official's skin, and she did that. You know what I'm saying? So all in all, they both were wrong. I mean, they both mentioned the deceased just in different ways, but in my opinion, I don't fault Official for reacting how she reacted. But at the same time, they both fucked up the battle. It's not one person's fault here. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I view that. Again, I didn't think the bar about the kids was out of line. I think that, you know, her just inviting that energy.
Let me give context though. Your kids should be the only fans that matter. That was the
right.
line,
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing disrespectful about like when she mentioned the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a clever bar. I think the fact that like she did a rebuttal. First off, the shit barely rhymed for one. Like that wasn't even like she didn't even really make a bar out of it. She just said like
she didn't even make
like if you really watch it back, it's really she didn't really even make a bar out of it. Like she just wanted to disrespect, and that's what happened. So they both were wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I think what's making this situation worse is that like Coffee, and I guess I don't know, but like I just know she's doubling down on it, like talking about her mom still, like putting out posts and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys seen the interactions, but it hasn't gotten any better since then. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been worse. So it's unfortunate because I feel like they didn't have this type of friction before, and you know you hate to see like this go extremely left. But yeah, they both were wrong in the situation. Like I don't want to pick sides. I think both of them were wrong in the situation.
You know, it's a thin line, right? Because how many times, as people will say, the people that feel like it should, it gets said all the time. You ever listen to Arsenal Battle? That's everyone's favorite fucking thing to say. And my thing is like, I'm a big believer just in life outside of battle rap. Like you show people how to treat you, right? So for those that hear it like Coffee. I don't fault Coffee for doing nothing when she heard it. Now, granted, I've heard a lot of this same angle versus Coffee without maybe that same animosity, but what you know what I'm saying? Whatever. She was a professional about it, and that's cool. Now on the official side of things, the thing is it's such a recent wound. I think her mother passed like 3-4 months ago. When anybody that's lost that close to him, there's certain like she could say, because she at the end of the day, official's the one who fucked up the money and almost fucked up the money and fucked up the battle. So the thing is that, but with her, she decided that the respect on her mother's name and the pain that's got for right now means more than that. And you just got to know who to play with. She's like, yo, this is not one. I'm not going for it. I don't care about what you said, what I said. She heard that. It's an immediate trigger. They went tit for tat. I think Lang said it best, where they both hold some fault in the situation, but it's just hard for me when, especially it was that recent, to fault her for her action per se. And to be real, outside of losing the battle dominantly, which is a horrible look, I don't even look at It's not like Coffee she got beat up, or I'm looking at Coffee as a person.
Right.
Got caught real quick. Real ugly, is a clean connection, but then she got back up and she was ready to get into it. So in my opinion, on this whole after the fact, you know, this is a cesspool in the media landscape. So everyone's looking for the next chapter of the story. They got to get it in. And if you let's do it away from all the cameras. I don't want to hear one more report about this. I want them to figure it out as adults.
Yeah, for real.
However they're going to figure it out on their time. And then that should be that. There shouldn't be an update. They shouldn't run back to Twitter and say this and that happened. I should see 5 blogs about it, because it's shit like that happen in real life. You say this, I think I'm going to one-up you with this, but you're really not playing about it, and now we got a situation. So it's unfortunate for Official more than anything, too, because she's probably on her way to a 30 against one of the absolute best in the world. But that's my opinion, is you got to be careful, because some people might be cool with it, some people not playing, and I'm not going to tell nobody if they right or wrong when it comes to their dead relative. So I just hope whatever they got to handle, enough Twitter. I don't want to see you guys tweeting about it. Go do what you got to do and just do that. So
shout out to Official and Coffee, man. Only thing I would say, Coffee, I wish you toned down just a little bit, though, sister. I know you want to get your get back, and I understand it. I understand it. But the mom thing, it is what it is on that one.
It's turning into a media war. And that's the problem. Everything, things are done in front of people. Now, like, everything got to be public so they can see when I got you. It don't got to be all that. If you're going to get it, but just do that away from the phone.
Yeah, absolutely. Next battle, fellas, a battle that I wasn't too crazy about. You gentlemen would like this battle, and now I eat crow because this battle was.
I thought it was Jazz and Arsenal next.
No, I haven't. No.
Right after this
one. Arsenal? Okay.
Rex versus Av. Let me just say this. I think T-Rex. Round 1 was the best round of the battle. I got Av winning round 2 and round 3. It's just one of them things that I think with T-Rex, I don't want to say the gas out. I say that with the most respect, though. But once he writes a first round like that, I'm thinking to myself, can he maintain round 2 and round 3 like that? And if you follow Av's career, rounds that he loses, anytime I recap his battles, I've noticed, Lang and Smoke, it's always the first round that he loses and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But he ends up getting round 2, round 3.
It's like you know how it's going to be a crazy comparison, but you know how LeBron's game 1s, like they always say, like game 1 of a series, LeBron just going like, be 50. Like, why he play like ass? In a sense, that's kind of like as first rounds. Not that they don't be good, but if you're gonna get a round off them, it's gonna be that first round. And I agree with you. I think this was this battle went exactly how I thought. Rex was really good. Rex was really, really good. But Av did what he was supposed to do and won the battle as it went on. The one thing I will say for Rex, though, is I agree with you 3. The biggest issue for him is having a great first and gassing out. Like, that's been a thing for years. But his second in this battle is good. Now, I don't got him winning the second in the battle. Right. A little more than just his first round. But as good as Rex's first was, when Av got to angling in the third, what's the point in grown man bars if you out here making little decisions?
That was crazy.
That everybody wants to call a 9 to 5, so you got to do 9 to. Everyone wants to call a 9 to 5, so you got to do the calendar 5 to 9 times.
So I had Av 2-1. And it's one of those where Av continues to just win. And then
he flipped the 30 over the 40 line. Did he flip that ball also?
Oh no, he had it was a 60 joint. It was a 30 over like that. I forgot how he ended the punch, but he had some good shit. Rex comes out of this battle looking like he put up a real fight. Probably the most diehard of like New York people will say Rex won. I don't really think you can debate Rex won like that, but I thought he was really respectable. And Av does what Av does, and it's not battle of the night. but it's one of the better things from the undercard. Like I came to see a good battle. I saw a good battle, and that was that.
And listen, I thought Av won 2 and 3, but I would say Rex had the best round of the battle, and Rex had one of the best rounds of the whole night, in my opinion, compared to the main event.
Crazy, man.
His first round was crazy.
Like God, he's so bad. I almost killed myself. It don't even make that much sense, but it's fire. It's fire. You didn't almost kill yourself. You helped it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still incredible. The fact that he cleared a good Av first, it just was, in any one round format, Rex could get with anybody, you know, and he proved that. So
why?
And real quick,
Okay.
no, I was gonna say this. 3, you remember you texted me midway through like Av's second, right?
Really?
He was like, yo, Av needs to be careful. Because I'm not gonna lie, Rex had a chance to take that round because I know we were talking about Av on the incline, but like, oh look, that little section in like Av's second, I'm like, okay, like
bro.
You need to pick it up. And he started to pick it up 100%.
Clear loss and forever. I'm like, that would have made it real. We had an upset later in the night. We won't talk about that.
Yeah.
This was gonna
Can I ask your brothers a question though about Av though? I feel like we celebrate guys' victories and long win.
Hell yeah.
What are we doing with Av, fellas?
Nah, man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, if he goes through this year without another loss, like, shit, he might have spawned a video idea. I'm not gonna lie. We talking about from 2021, late 2021 to now. That'll make like 4 straight years.
With no clear L's, because there's a couple you can debate. Like if somebody got robbed, Musa, like there's some people where I'm like, all right, they might have beat Av. But in terms of just like not clearly losing, which is hard to do in this sport, this is just in terms of winning, people ain't gonna like to hear it because it's not as impactful. There's not 3 winning streaks better than this. Like he don't lose, bro. Like it's just not something that he does. So and it's been years and years of this.
And you got to think these ain't just like, oh, he popped out 3 or 4 times a year. No, he's outside at least 6 to 7 times a year,
8 to 10 times a year sometimes. You know
that Kobe ball was fire too, though. He had a third.
Oh, yeah. Drop a 60 on the way out. Oh my
God, that was hard.
That was a good battle, man. I expected it to be good. It's probably the third.
I was wrong.
I'd say it's the third best battle of the night, in my opinion. I got some other battles that meant a little more, but Av and Rex to me was like one of the better things that we got. So.
Next battle, Jazz the Rapper.
I'm gonna set this one off.
We were talking crazy, Lang.
Hey, first and foremost, yo, Ars, rap like that every time. Maybe with a little bit more substance, but rap like that with that same intensity every time. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, like that first round, I haven't seen him rap in someone's ear like that for like years. Like he was in Jazz's ear for like 2 straight minutes, just barking. You know, you hear me? Like
question, when Jazz was rapping in the first round, Lang and Smoke.
I
text one of you brothers and I said beatable.
Not enough.
You said, I'm gonna keep it real. You said light and I said ass. That's exactly how that went. I did not like Jazz at all. So.
It seemed like the energy was off. I think I saw on Twitter someone was saying like, yo, like, do you feel like the official and coffee battle kind of affected her energy or whatever? Here's my thing. Fights happen every day, B. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like you feel me? Like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like it happens, right? If anything, you should be more amped up. You feel me? Like, you feel me? But
all right, can we shoot us some bell? If let's say that was all right, that happens. The situation happens in official and coffee. There's one more battle after that, Rex and Av, right?
Yeah.
The battle to get a thought together and everything, bearings and everything, right?
Yeah.
Can it still linger over to that though? You know what I mean?
I mean, here's my thing. But that's the thing though, right? Like, she was down 1-0, right?
Yeah,
energy was off, but she picked. Here's the thing. Here's what I don't like. All right, I'm not gonna sit here and act like she was just bad all 3. I think her second round was actually fire. I actually really did enjoy her second round.
That's the round people are trying to give. If they're giving her a round, they're giving Jazz a second. I noticed that.
There's no giving. She took that round. I know people try to give Arsenal that second, but like Arsenal didn't get that second, bro. Like he did what he did in the first with less creativity.
Jazz got that clearly. Jazz got the second clearly.
Yeah.
Second is good.
Right.
Like, had a good night. There's about to be a lot of Arsenal praise going on. But I saw and listen, I love everything he does from commentary to his channel. Love what Froze has been doing. So I saw that he said Jazz and Arsenal might have been body of the night. that was not no body, bro. Like
Nah,
that's not.
that
That's where since Ars was supposed to die, and since Ars not only competed but won, it's like we got to go the whole other way with it.
right.
I felt like she pretty clearly got the second round. I mean, like he's
Really?
flowing
Okay.
pretty good, but he was saying shit in the first. I don't really think like he was like saying shit in the second. That was kind of my
the J2 bar was fired on the second round though. That J2 bar, yeah. It was kind of,
it was good. Like, no, is it a heyday?
He wasn't rocking with it. He wasn't rocking the J2 bar yet.
J2 took his rainbow flag, literally took his pride. Like, I get it, like, but it ain't.
Yeah,
That's incredible. Like, I didn't think it was incredible. But I got Ars winning the battle, so don't.
Yes,
The people that are like, "Oh, he's always hating on Art." Nah, like Ars won, like clearly won in my opinion. But I agree with Lang. I gave her the second. But
yeah, man.
Bro?
Yeah, I just, bro, like she was wild. She low-key was cooking in the second. Like she had the you wear the purple flag in your back pocket, but you hate to see magenta in this one. Like she had some shit in that second. I ain't gonna lie. And that's the energy she needed out the gate, you know what I'm saying? And in that third round, and here's my thing, right? I think I was the first one to say that was a choke. I didn't say it publicly, but I was like, people saying like, "Oh, she only paused for 5 seconds. She only paused for seconds." Nah, she paused for at least 10. Like I counted, and it wasn't just a pause.
He gave me the number because I was gonna go record it, but usually either I recorded Black.
Yeah,
13 seconds. She choked for 13 seconds.
that's what I'm saying. And it wasn't even like, you know what I'm saying, like stumbled over a word and the crowd was like, you know how that go. Like stumble over a word, crowd stops. Nah, it was quite a, you could hear a pin drop in there when she was pacing back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, Arsenal got the dub. And truthfully, I'm not gonna lie. I think that when you have a battle like this where you're a landslide to win and you underperform, you know, you're going to be open to getting some criticism. And you got to think the amount of praise Jazz got over the last week and a half. Like there's a whole other side that was waiting for something like this to happen. So it's just going to be exacerbated when it does happen. So I don't think it affects Jazz stock or anything like that. She got caught slipping, you know what I'm saying? And truthfully, if it takes like us talking like this for Arsenal to really take a battle seriously, then I'm gonna keep talking like this. You know what I'm saying? Because like even if you want to say the content is like, you know, up and down, the energy and like the actual care about the battle was still there. Like his first round, I'm like, yo, I wish he would have the same intensity every battle. And it's very likely that he won't have the same intensity to the very next battle.
We better find out. We better find out by Sunday, right?
7 days prep for that one. Yeah, we're gonna take a minute.
We'll see, but you know,
they probably had a little longer than that. Like, battle's been 7, but I know that they haven't had a ton.
But then, you know, sometimes even though they know that in the next battle they'll smoke, sometimes these brothers don't
write after the first mission. I ain't mad at that. But no, I thought Arsenal won 2-1 clear, and I'm being real. Like, I think he could have, like, content wise, he dropped in the second and the third, but he had that energy. Like, you could tell he felt like he was winning, and he was rapping like he felt like he was winning. And sometimes with Ars, you know, you lack that. There's a choke or he's going through the motions. So at the end of the day, I didn't think content wise was a huge change from the Arsenal we've seen. There's plenty of bars in there I didn't like. A bitch that Michael B. Jordan. Like there was, but he beat her with performance, energy, and rapping ability, and that's all just as valuable as the other shit in battle rap, man. So shout out Ars. That's his biggest win in quite some time. That's one of Ars.
That's awesome, man. The Rebel. Next battle, Swamp versus Hollow. Let me just say this off the rip, man. I didn't like the battle till Swamp's third round, right? I got Swamp with a 30.
Are you doing it 3?
Yeah, I thought it bad, man. I gotta be honest, man. Hollow.
Oh, I got a few pens, man. Hollow. I got a few pens I want to throw it down.
I love you, brother, man. You one of the few guys when I first started watching battle rap heavy in this climate of battle rap. That dude was in my top 3 at one time, man. Top 3. And he might not have been 3. Like before the Hitman Hollow.
He might have been the best in the world for a couple years. Yeah, and there's no debate for Prime Hollow was.
If y'all was doing Cody at that time, Hollow probably the one, at least 1 or 2 of them traits.
Hollow was a guy that was legitimately like one of the main god tiers that was like coming out once a year. You know what I'm saying? Like he for sure was like 2015, 2016, 2017, up into the Tay-Rock battle. Like those 3 years, he was a god tier that like was the end game for a lot of people. And I feel like the issue with Hollow is what Hollow now is that like for one, I don't think he's learning from his mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's just attributing it to people not catching on to his bars. Two, I feel like he's not taking constructive criticism well. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we've been having the same critiques about incoherent like structuring of material, not knowing how to land bars with certain delivery, not knowing how to take the right approaches and stuff like that. And three, I feel like which kind of ties all this stuff in, I feel like he's been I don't even want to use unorthodox anymore. I just feel like he's been stubborn. I feel like he doesn't want to admit that like maybe he doesn't understand what is expected of him and how he should structure his material now. Because here's the thing, like it's not like he's not creative. It's not like it's not like he doesn't do set stuff I haven't heard before. He still has like a quality pen, can still angle, but in terms of like putting it all together, it just seems like he's just not. It just seems like he's not learning from his mistakes. He's doing the same thing every battle, right? Like, and I don't know. Like, I just feel like we're getting to a point now where we're talking about like maybe 2 or 3 straight years of losing to people that years prior he probably would have beat, having a round where he's good, a round where he's bad, and a round where he blatantly gives up. And honestly, he's reaching a territory where his promo is better than the actual output. And this is coming from a guy that loves Hollow. You know what I'm saying? And like it's very sad for me to say this, but like it just seems like he's out of touch with like what like a great battle rap performance looks like.
Wow.
And I think he needs to take a little bit of time off because he's been battling more than what he usually does. I think he needs to take a little bit of time off, reassess what he's doing, and go from there. Because like we shouldn't be talking about a person that was God tier not too long ago in this light. Like all the other God tiers that we talk about, or God tiers that we have discussed, you know what I'm saying, have taken that time away and understood what they had to do in order to perform at a high level. And I feel like Hollow hasn't done that. In fact, Hollow really hasn't taken any time off. If you really think about it, like he's battled from 2021 to now, he's battled once a year, and he'll have one good performance and the fans will say that he's back, and that will then urge him to continue to battle, even though he still hasn't really quite figured out how to do this consistently.
Yeah.
So
I like that, Lang. Wow.
And Lang, I think you present some good possible solutions, right? You talk about him learning from his mistakes, right? Learning from the critique, maybe even taking a break. I'm here to tell you it don't matter because it's over. It's over. And it's been over. And I've been saying for a minute, ever since the Rock battle, when he followed that up with John and Math, I'm like, God, there's a pretty noticeable dip here, guys. He's just not rapping as good.
And Math loss is bad.
Listen, he's an all-time legend. We're talking about a guy that had, in my opinion, the best battle ever with Lux. I think that he's part of the best battle ever. I think he was maybe the best in the world at his time. And then if you look at the last few years, I feel like there's this kind of God tier fandom comes with a lot of people that are going to fight for you, a lot of excuses made. So when he was giving not so good performances like the K-Shine battle, like the DNA battle, people blame Nitty for what happened in that battle. I thought Hollow was always the one who kind of made that one cringy. And then you go on and on to recent battles. It's been this way for a minute, but people are just now accepting it. And I think the part that's the reason I say it's over, right? Because that's a harsh thing to say about a legend, especially me.
It is, sir.
It'd be like JSMO, what the fuck do you know, telling Hollow that it's over? My problem is that he's one thing now that I hate to see a battle rapper be, and that's a quitter. He quit versus DNA. He quit versus Nitty. He just quit versus Chef Trez in his last battle. And I just quit last night versus Swamp. How many battle rappers just get to be quitters? And we get to turn around and be like, but it's the next one. And even when he does have a good round.
The Hollow, man. I ain't like that Hollow.
He had a good round versus A-Ward, right? A good first round. He lost that battle clear, bro. He runs out of steam as that battle goes on. And even in this battle, the only time that he's getting real reaction, people are saying it's loopy, it's over your head, it's jokes. That's when he gets off and he's got a couple of jokes in there. But this is awful. Nobody else would be allowed to quit 3 of their last 4 battles. Like nobody, like that's just not something that you can do. And I think that his prime is his prime. I don't even look at right now and think that it's hurting his leg. Like I already think what I think of him. You know what I'm saying? But it's been this way for years, bro. And we've seen him have good performances like the Geechee joint not too long ago. He's not incapable of having a good performance nowadays. Not at all. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares.
So let me
it's one thing to go through a rough spell. It's one thing to not give a fuck and quit on the fans anytime you don't get the cheers you want. It's over.
Y'all brothers cooking tonight. Y'all brothers.
We got to tell the truth about the Hollow shit. And we didn't even praise Swamp yet because it was so bad that people were like, "Man, this battle sucks." Swamp was pretty fucking good.
His third round was the best round.
Hollow was just the night.
Third round was the best round of the night.
And pulling it down.
Can I ask you about the question though? So, what do you feel about Hollow the Don and Bill Collector? Hollow the Don, Shotgun Sugar. You brothers care about that battle at all?
No.
I mean, listen, I be looking at battle rap booking different, right? So my thing is like with Bill and Suge, they don't got a lot of names left. And these aren't guys that get like traditional God tier plates. You never going to see Bill versus Lux or Mook. You never going to see Suge versus, you know what I'm saying? So honestly, the biggest guy, even though he once was for sure God tier, it feels like that's almost questionable now. That might be the plate that means most to them. And Hollow's still going to sell some tickets. So, like, if Suge or Bill want to get one of these free W's on the way out, I'm not mad at that, you know? But are you telling me can that headline a card where I'm like, it's riveting and there's a grudge coming up? No, I got to question the quality because look at the footage this guy's been putting out recently, whether his opponent is good or not.
Hollow. God, it hurts hearing this.
It was a rough night for it. The quitting is what gets to me. You could be bad. Yeah. I won't even talk all that crazy because our legends have times where they're not doing their best. You're not going to be the best every day. You've been here 20 years. But the quitting for me, that's when I'm like, bro, you don't really give a fuck about what us. So I know that you don't give a fuck what I got to say. So when I say it's over, you're showing me it's over.
Okay.
Wait for this one. I can't lie. I'm waiting.
But I will say, I do think that Swamp's third was really good. I know it was very emotional due to what happened this past year. I thought his second was solid too, his spots too. I think that Swamp, if he does decide, because he's not retiring, he's going to take a break. If he does decide to take a break, I think that like he'll be so missed during his break that when he comes back, there'll be a litany of people of good matchups that will be there for him. Like we already mentioned Loso not too long ago. I feel like he can mix it up with a couple other people too. And I just want him to end his break on a good note. I don't know if him and John is still going down. But okay, cool. I like that matchup because I feel like there's real like tension there. And hopefully if that's like his last battle before he goes on his break, his sabbatical, I'm gonna call it a sabbatical. Before he goes on his sabbatical, I think that with the Hollow performance, he's shown that like he can at least give us a couple of good performances before that happens. So
that was wild. Yeah, that was beautiful. Y'all said, man. Battle of the night, yes. Rum Nitty.
What was it? 3?
Battle of the night by far.
Man. Okay. I'm making sure that I heard that the way I heard it.
No games at all.
Jay Black, you heard that. I know you watching somewhere.
Versus Calicoe. This is a very, very, very dope battle. I wouldn't say this though, Cal. You can't act like 1 minute that some of this shit Rum Nitty saying is trash, but then 5 seconds later, you're like, that shit was hard. Like, which one is it, brother? I know what you're doing. And you're on your phone talking to your mans while Nitty's back. I didn't like that too much.
He said it was a 3-0. 3. He said,
yeah.
This is better than
listen, I'm going to say this. I got Rum Nitty on 3 watches now. I got Rum Nitty 2-1 edge. I got Nitty edge in the first round. Mm-hmm. I got Cal getting the second round. I got Nitty definitely getting the third round, in my opinion. 2-1 edge, Rum Nitty for me.
Yeah, no, this one, this played out. I said a lot of bold things about this battle. I said it would be battle of the night. It was. I said it'd be battle of the night. It was. I said it would be the peak of a style clash. I think this represented the peak. I said it was classic. And I think if Cal didn't have the third round that he had, I would be up here pushing propaganda. I can't, though. It definitely was not a classic battle. I ain't going to get up here and lie to y'all. But I think it was clearly battle of the night on one of the biggest cards of the year. I'd say it was probably a top 10 battle I've watched this year.
Okay.
The bottom of the 10, but like I really, really enjoyed this. And I called it identical to you. I won't be too long-winded.
Right.
The first round is really what the battle comes down to. I know people are saying the second is debatable, and enough people saying it where I'll respect them saying it. But I thought Rum had a good second. Cal had an amazing second. A picture perfect, like his second round versus Swamp. You're just not going to beat him when the content, the rapping ability, and the real talk are all at that level. You're just not going to beat him doing that. So I had Cal in the second. Rum Nitty's third usually is worst round. So when Cal kind of had his fucked up third where he lost his pace, he never choked. But he never really got it back energy-wise. So I was like, oh, Nitty usually has weak thirds. He could get away with this even with a weak third. It was his best round. The Wizard Kelly shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? The Liam Neeson shit in the first was crazy. It's really a preferential battle. People don't want to hear that because it ain't like cool. You know, it's an easy call. But the first is really like, do you like this real talk, flow-based rap at the highest level?
Yeah.
Or are you looking for the details and you want to see who said the most creative shit?
Yo, we talk about Richard's flow, man. Cal flow is in there also, bro.
For me, Cal, there's no one I'd rather hear rap. Like, not just the words, but like the flow. There's no one I'd rather hear rap than Calicoe. And for me, I almost edged Cal the first because Nitty was good in the first, but for him to win, he's got to have haymakers. Like, Cal don't necessarily need in the moment bombs to win. He's going to say some shit that sizzles, it resonates. You think about it later. But when Nitty hit the Liam Neeson bar and pretty much the 2 or 3 haymakers to follow that, I'm like, okay, he's ending on a run, which is what he needed. So I edged Rum the first, ended up giving him the battle 2-1. If someone's got Cal in the first and second, I'm not mad at that for a second. They
won't see shoebox again like Fettuccine 20. What he says?
A lot of people don't even know they divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was crazy, man.
Yo, Nitty, stop playing with me, son.
He had some shit. So and what was the guilty conscience video pause scene? Oh my god, bro! Like, I was blown away by both of their performances. Like I said, Cal's third is the only thing stopping this from me talking very, very, very.
Yo, they was loving Cal in the building, though. They was loving Cal in the building.
Hey, you know, as they should. He was amazing. I thought they was both giving him like they both appear to get a ton of love out there. Yeah. So I got Nitty 2-1. Anyone could have Cal 2-1. Mission accomplished, man. This was my dream battle. I'll say that. It played out like I wanted it to play out. So I was more than happy with the result.
Hey, Smo, you know what happened in the third, right? Cal got into the anecdotal bag. He forgot it was a battle for a moment.
Yeah, he started just rapping back. He started. You could tell he kind of was remembering his raps as he went. That's why he said, I love Cal in the Cal old school with it in the interview. If I had to give him a round, he could maybe end the third, but I won that too. I'm like, yeah, I like when battle rappers delusional. I want everything. Fuck all y'all, man.
Nah, I had Nitty first and third as well too. First being mad debatable, like very mad debatable.
Yeah.
Like and then Cal's second was come on, like that was, you know, this is I think I mentioned this before, but like this is very similar to Ill Will and Cal, except this on the stage. If you eat from who won the third to the first being the close to Cal taking the second, clearly like very reminiscent of that. Nitty once again just showing up in the big time matchups. I know me, you, and Smo, we weren't big on like the Jada Nightwing battle. We're actually very disappointed in that battle. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah.
But he showed up in this battle, and I think that, you know, we'll talk about what's next for him, you know what I'm saying? But I think that he had a really good performance. I like Cal in this battle, you know what I'm saying? I think I just like Cal more on a 1 to 2 battle a year basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like give me 1 to 2 battles a year, you'll see that type of Cal. Or you're gonna say 3.
You're a Midwest guy. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is Cal the best Midwest battle rapper right now?
Right now, no.
Yes. No?
He's not.
Yes, he is, man.
You sure about that, Lane?
Active right now, no.
Who better than Cal right now?
Fonz.
No, I should have known. I should have known he was gonna go in. How did I not know that my brother was?
Hey, I'm just keeping it. I mean, you're talking about active, right? We're not saying all time. We're saying active. Right? We're saying active right now. We're not saying all time. All time, different discussion. But if we're saying right now, I think Fonz or A-Ward are probably the 2 best out of the Midwest right now.
All right.
I don't know. His last 2 battles are Swamp and Nitty. That's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like
you're saying right now. I mean, we'll
that's
get
right
into that
now.
discussion.
Last
I'm about
6
to
months.
say, I mean, Fonz is walking through shit this year, so I mean,
It's a fact.
Well,
But
how about
when they battle, what happened though? You know, just saying.
one rounder. But I hear you though. I hear you though.
Over Hitman and Verb, can I say that?
Huh?
Over Hitman and Verb, can I say that, Calicoe? For the last couple of years?
Last couple of years? Hitman is that's close because he's actually had good battles. You feel me?
Everybody over Verb. Everybody.
But here's the thing, though. I said what I said about right now. But if we're saying all the time, Cal has a strong case of being like the best out of the Midwest all time. A very strong case. He's beating the top guys out of the Midwest. So I mean, how could he not have a strong case? Well, you said right now, so that's why I said right now. So
main event, controversial battle. Hitman Holla versus MURDA Mook. Let me say it off rip. Nothing changes for me. I've called it from day one when I saw the battle to now. I watched it 3 times. I'm still standing on MURDA Mook 2-1, round 1, round 2, and round 3. I know people are saying debatable round. They want to give it a Hitman and stuff like that. Real quick before we continue, how do you fellas feel about TBL willing to drop this battle the next day after the pay-per-view?
Oh yeah, I mean, listen, it's a great move. I mean, it's already kind of been put out there that Hitman took a pay cut on the back end of his payment to get this battle out as quick as it did. So we're gonna do thank yous. We gotta thank you, Hitman, a little bit too for sacrificing. What I'm sure is a nice little bit of change to overrule the VOD and put that out. But I think it's fantastic, and it gives the battle the most opportunity to get numbers up. And TBL is a smaller channel compared to like AURL, right? So they need everything they can get in terms of, because this battle really needs to do millions and millions of views. You know what I'm saying? I know that I said a crazy number like 8 last time I was up here. It'll take years if it ever hits that. You know what I mean? But at the very least, when this initial wave is done, like, time will tell, but you need 2 or 3 million views at the bare minimum with a battle like this, you know? So I just think that they're taking advantage of it. Good opportunity, like Hitman throwing that option out there. And it lets the people talk about it more and more. We were just talking 3 before the camera came on. It's almost tough that SM is this weekend. It's fun because it's more raps. But you kind of want a battle like this to just sit. You know, back in the day, you talk about a battle like Hitman and Mook for 6 months before the next fucking battle drop. You just talk about Hitman and Mook every day for 6 months. Had a little more time to breathe, but that's probably why they got to take advantage of dropping that YouTube look like the day after it happened. So TBL is always doing shit like that, man. Appreciate them for those contributions.
The battle, though, how you feel about the battle overall? Still feel the same way?
Here's the thing. I mean, the expectations on this battle were so high. I don't think they were met, but that's okay, because at the end of the day, I think that you still were able to get a solid performance from Hitman. I don't think it's as bad as people are saying. It was a solid performance, and you were able to get a really good performance from Mook. And I think we all went on record saying it like, yo, somebody's probably going to win clear in this battle, right? Myself and Smo thought it was Hitman, and you thought it was going to be Mook, and Mook was the victor. I feel like he kind of set the tone early. First round, Hitman had a good first round. It took him a minute to heat up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he needed to stay in that pocket where, like when he said that, you know, you could be the GOAT, I'll just be the person that owns the land that where you walk around it. And like, he needed to stay in that pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like in this battle particularly, he had so much to say to Mook that he didn't organize it correctly, and he didn't really say it in a creative fashion. Like, it's almost like he just wanted to talk down on Mook for 3 rounds. But like when you don't do it with any complexity, or do it like with, like, you know, double entendres and bars and stuff like that, or construct it in like an angle, in a way that I know he can do it. When you don't construct it in like an angle based way, then it just kind of comes off flat. And I feel like that's why it took him a minute in the first round to heat up. And Mook from out the gate kind of showed the difference, like in terms of showed the difference in material, showed the difference in energy too. Because I also feel like Hitman's energy was kind of off from like how he was kind of whispering when he first started to rap, and like the energy and whatnot. Whereas Mook was very rambunctious out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where every bar they were stopping him. You know what I'm saying? So Hitman got the first, or excuse me, Mook got the first clear. Second round, I'm gonna keep it real. I feel like there's no discussion in this round either. Like I know there's people trying to find a way to give Hitman this round, but I thought Mook took this round clear as well too. The Big Bang Theory scheme that he had was ridiculous. Like that was it took a dot to go ahead, Tom.
The shit that Daylight gets so much credit for that universe shit versus Tay Rock. But what Mook did with that whole Big Bang Theory and got expanded, to me, that was more high level. Daylight put a lot of words that we had heard together back to back. But what Mook did with that Big Bang Theory, that's the best thing I saw the entire night. I was blown away. I thought that was incredible.
It was tailored and it was like different. You know what I'm saying? It was from a different lens. So off of that, and then like just off of some of the when he did the remix again, and he was like, "You're the only one holding them back." I felt like there's people that did that approach of like, I think Shine did that approach, Surf did that approach about talking about Hitman kind of like limiting the shine of his brother. I feel like Murda Mook was able to do that again, just in a creative way. And Hitman, the only real segment I got behind Hitman in the second was when he did his rendition of "Why You Ain't Sitting There," "Why You," like he did that part, and that was cool. But outside of that, he didn't really have much to pull from. And then you get into the third round, right?
Well, before you go, I thought he had the AMG mode to end the second, but he didn't stay in that pocket for a while though.
This is how I cruised to victory. That was cool too. I thought that segment, and then when he did the rendition of what Mook did against Arsenal, those were two good segments. But like that wasn't enough in that second round. And in the third round, right? Man, like the content itself is like very, very dark, but I do think as the round went on, he started to execute it with a little bit of personality and a little bit more enthusiasm, right? Like a little bit of jokes too. I mean, I feel like he's the only one that can really get the wonder why they call you a goat because you're a filthy animal bar off. Anybody else that would have said that, I don't know. But comedy, presence, you can get that one off. I thought that the information itself, and how he was able to kind of deliver the information towards like the back end of his round, enabled me to give him that round. But I can see a world where people give Mook the third, especially if that material is very much fabricated, right? That Mook had, or excuse me, that Hitman had. And I mean, from a bar standpoint, Mook had another solid, round where he's just like having a bunch of nice one-liners. You know what I'm saying? So I personally had it Mook 2-1. If the information comes out that it is true, I'm not gonna retroactively give Hitman the battle per se, but I will say that it may be a situation where Hitman wins the war, especially if Mook ends up going against like other perennial anglers. I know he kind of chopped it up with T-Top or whatever and a couple other people. So yeah, so I had Mook 2-1. Still pending. I didn't get a chance to look at the paperwork. I know there's a bunch of people that was trying to look at the paperwork and try to like decide stuff for themselves, but yeah, I got Mook 2-1. Still pending on like whether that information is true or not. So
yeah, man, this battle had an epic and dramatic feel, and that's what you need from a battle of this nature. And to be honest with you, I thought Hitman, even though he started slow, had a very good first round. Like I like Hitman's first a lot, and his third, which obviously I'll get my take on, and it's a controversial round, but I think his first was just his best round from like all.
Okay.
But Mook's first is pretty much perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, besides the fact that the crowd is hanging on every 4 words that he says, the man can barely speak. When you really break down the content, it's like that. There was none of this crying before Smack had to make you holler. You know what I mean? The cassette tape joint, you know what I'm saying? Let's put that on the record play. Like, he was wilding. I said to my Keys to Victory video, if Mook's going to win, he's really got to show that full difference in pen. And something else I'd said, which obviously he did that, was performance and crowd control. Not that he was going to match Hitman in that, but that he had to compete. I was dead wrong, bro. Mook outperformed Hitman the entire.
That's the part that resonates with me the most right there. That
he
part
outperformed him, outperformed. The only thing Hitman did, I'd say a little bit better, is maybe out-angled him. And I thought this battle would be a war of angles, but that didn't even, I'm not going to say it didn't matter, but it kind of didn't. You know what I'm saying? Mook clearly won the first. I got Mook clearly winning the second as well, but I will say Mook's second is not as good as his first. There was some good shit.
Agree.
There was kind of some there was some more dry spots. And what I've noticed with Hitman's been facing a lot of big firsts. The first from Miss Hustle was the best round of that battle. The first from Geechee Gotti was the best round of that battle. The first from Easy the Block the best round. So usually he's been losing the first, but Hitman's good about weathering the storm. And I did not like his second round, bro. And I think that's honestly where he lost the battle flat out, is like, there's a world where he could have fought and made that second. Some people are saying the second's debatable. I just don't agree. But there's a world where Mook was really good, but the second, there was still a chance to win. And once he cleared the second, obviously you're down 2-0, but you weren't going to win the first with the way Mook rapped and the way the crowd perceived him. But the second is where he let me down, because usually I feel like that's where he fought back versus Geechee. It's where he fought back.
The sober talk thing he did, I didn't really like that bar too much.
Yeah, and I thought, that's what's funny for a battle where Hitman really did angle and was tailored to Mook. The second is when he chose to do the little bit of money talking shit that he did, and it's just not the climate for
it. The liquor scheme also.
The liquor scheme was trash, and I've been telling people, overused schemes kill me. I don't want to hear about pill schemes.
Oh god,
Prozac, and the bullets will hit the Kyle and all. And I definitely don't want to hear you say how much they pay me to kill her. 1,800. Wow, like shit like that gets me.
Jersey with a Tesla, or something like that.
I'm not gonna say like it wasn't an ass round, but
right.
He could have done so much more with the second. And then you get into the third. Listen, Mook has a fire third too, and on some bar for bar shit for the people. Listen, like I'm not even mad at someone saying Mook's got a better third content wise, but the problem is that with a round like this, I thought Hitman executed the angles well. It was kind of cringy at first because the subject matter is just so dark. I thought he won the crowd on his side, and this is definitely one of those. And whether you like it or not, I know it's not fun, but long term, the truth of it proves how much, because it's not, I know it's dark, like people don't want to hear it. We're in a rap battle, we're having fun with bars, but listen, bro, I know that we don't care as much. People don't seem to care as much here, but beating women, potentially putting your hands on children, sexual assault, anything like that, that's not no game, bro. And I understand, like, I don't live in a world, people canceling this and that. You're going to listen to who you listen to. There's plenty of rappers that are on fucked up shit that we're still big fans of here in battle rap. But if those angles are true, he absolutely lost that round. There's no question if he lost that round, because it's that serious a subject matter, and he executed it well. People are like, it's not like he didn't get received well. If you think he didn't execute it well, it's because you don't like it. Because the building loved it, a lot of us loved it. Like it is what it is.
I just had you and this on. Everybody keeps telling me that they didn't like the execution of Hitman Holla on the third round. My rebuttal to that is, what did y'all want him to do? The first thing he said is he freaked us, smacked him against some head, and then he went into
my thing is,
you go for it, like go for it.
No, I was gonna say, my thing is like, he can't be that comedic with that type of content, because then it comes off as you downplaying it. So he walked a fine line. I think he walked a fine line kind of well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he chose his spots. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I mean, how else was he supposed to do it? Like you said, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Smo.
He probably got more love in his third than he did for any of the other rounds, because he started to execute it well. Like a lot, he started slow in all of his rounds, which you just couldn't afford to do in this battle. But I thought he ended up executing it well. I gave Hitman the third. It's one of those things, if it's not true, or even if one thing's true, but I exaggerated these three things, I still wouldn't give Hitman the round. This has got to be one of those that if it's true, you won. If it's not straight up like true, then Mook had a fire third. So I'm not even mad at people that are saying Mook won the battle either way. Whether it's 2-1 clear at the very least, or if you have him 3-0, Mook won the battle. So we're not here to debate that for real. But I just take, like, once the momentum's on Mook's side, people just really don't want to hear what Hitman has to say, which is a testament to how good Mook was. You're taking a guy like Hitman, you're like, yeah, we don't even want to hear what you got to say. This guy's rapping so
shocking.
Good.
I was kind of shocked.
That don't make that don't make facts not facts. And if that third round happens to be facts, you kind of just have to be fanned out to act like it wouldn't matter if it's factual content. But at the end of the day, this one was all about Mook. Same way we had Cal and Nitty as battle of the night. I thought Mook was clearly the performer of the night. I thought this was as good. People love his Tay-Rock material, and he was great versus Tay-Rock, but I thought the way he went about this bar for bar and outperforming the best performer of all time, I thought he was incredible, bro. I really thought he was incredible. Man, definitely like it more than his Ichigati shit.
What about the twerk material? I love his
material too. That it's in a similar light, right? Because I feel like a lot of the things he did amazing in this battle are the same things he did amazing versus Twerk. But I'd probably go with this battle for the simple fact that he won. I feel like he clearly lost that battle. I feel like he clearly won this battle. But I was really moved, man. And I've always given Mook tons of like critique for outdated bars. Like there's times where he has a hypocritical bar. He has an ABC.
The Owen Hart bar, baby.
A little bit, but I thought compared to how outdated he's been in other battles, man, this was as refreshing as Mook's writing has ever been. This was as creative, where I'm like, yo, Mook is saying shit I haven't heard before. And I didn't
like the fucking pussy bit on my dick bar. I didn't like that too much.
No, Paul. But that just goes to show how much the crowd was with them. They're like, yeah. Yeah, he's betting on your dick. What? Like that ain't. We not getting that. That's not fire. Not at all.
That's not fire, my guy.
But Mook was still, to me, it was like a 9.5 out of 10 performance. I mean, he showed a level. He said he was going to show a level. He went in there and showed a level. So I got it Mook 2-1. We'll see how the drama and the extracurriculars of this play out. Yes. But Mook will be happy about his performance. And the first thing I thought is who's going to beat Mook? Like who does he even battle next? I saw some people throw their names there. Surf Return, Easy or Nitty maybe. And those are the types of battles that if he's going to battle again after what I'm assuming is going to be a break, they'll be great battles, man. Because I don't know who's beating Mook right now. I don't. With rapping like that, with the crowd loving you like that, away from New York. No more. He only does it in New York. He did that in Houston. Goddamn, Mook.
That was shocking, Houston, how he did that against Hitman.
No, the first round he couldn't rap, bro. And it's not even like, I know they both brought a lot of entourages in the building, but that wasn't no just entourage cheering for me. The crowd would not let him breathe. And that I watched that performance, that first round, like this is God tier shit. When we make up those statements and we make those big Mount Rushmore, it's like we're all in awe of what he's doing. So really hope that shit isn't true, by the way, because that's some disgusting fucking shit he put on his jacket. And if it is, even though we'll still always grade him as a rapper away from the person, because that's what I always do. I'm going to grade the battler for the battler. I don't know these people in real life, but that would be horrible for one of our legends to have on their jacket, because that was some sick shit that they posed, that he posed in the third round. But this is really about Mook's greatness, man. It's main event of main events, and he's the clear winner. Doesn't get better than that.
Last couple of questions, we'll wrap it up here. Who do you guys want to see Hitman battle next?
Hitman battle next? Well, I was gonna say I want Mook to battle Nitty next. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's the route to go. And the reason why I feel this way is because he did spin a whole campaign saying, Hitman, it's about the bars. So why not battle another bar for bar guy next? And see where you land, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, they had a little back and forth. I want to say once Nitty won Cody and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see next. I know Mook could probably take like a T-top or, Surf on the Return or something like that, or maybe an Easy. But what I personally want to see next is I want to see him mix it up with Rum Nitty. You know what I'm saying? They both came off of like two of the best performances on the TBL card. So it makes sense to me. And on top of that, bro, like Nitty's been showing out in these big time matchups, whether it's Lux, whether it's Daylight, whether it's Calicoe, you know what I'm saying? And I think Nitty will give him a good challenge in a different way, because if you really look at it, Mook has struggled. Mook has struggled against or I wouldn't even say struggles. I don't think I had him losing its work, but it wasn't like a terrible loss. But he's struggling against the people that are like just proficient bar for bar wise, whether it's Big K, whether it's Squirt, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Rum Nitty is of that echelon, and for a person that really respects bars and rapping, why not get in there with a rum Nitty? You know what I'm saying? So, especially if that's been your campaign the whole time you were battling Hitman. But I know for a fact that he'll probably take like an easy or a T-top next. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly want to see him versus Nitty.
Yeah, you know, that's always my favorite is where do they go after the mega match, right? Hitman, to me, people think that's the easier answer because everyone wants to see Hitman versus Twerk. Hitman needs to stay very far away from New Jersey Twerk. Hitman needs to stay very far away. In this current moment, at now, and I've been wanting this, but I couldn't see a world where it's not just him walking into another L. And I haven't felt that way about the whole time the matchup's been brought up.
Will it be better against Twerk than Mook, though?
I thought, you know what's crazy? I thought he was like pretty good. I thought he'd have to be because I thought he's good versus Mook. I thought he's like 6 out of 10.
All right.
But now losing to Mook is an angle in itself. Like losing to Mook is an angle that was really the one. That's the one. We can't repeat that. It's like on some Kendrick and Drake. Like Drake could do a lot of great shit. You lost Kendrick, brother. That was the one that we were really waiting for 10 years. You know what I mean? And there's not like a ton of matchups that pop out immediately with Hitman. So in a word, it's almost like he had to take someone that you wouldn't expect next. I don't know who's.
Well, let me say this: what if Twerk beats Lux? Hitman Lux. If Twerk beats Lux, does Hitman?
Well,
Lux?
I mean, listen, the battle don't even need Twerk to do nothing to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? But especially if Twerk beats Lux, that's only more fucking dangerous, man.
No. If Lux loses to Twerk, does Hitman and Lux make sense of what I'm saying?
Hitman and Lux. Ooh, you know, I'm not mad at that. That's a good point. The loser of Twerk and Lux will also need Get Back, and that may, in a sense, set up Hitman's. So I don't know. It'd probably be one of those two, though, because who else have we mentioned for a Hitman plate besides that? And as for Mook, I kind of agree with Lang, where I just think it's going to come down. I think it'll come down to Nitty being the one that will business-wise match up, because Mook and Easy is a better matchup. There's really no question about it. They match up better. There's more of a backstory, but I don't know with Easy, like he's got Twerk coming up. If Easy loses to Twerk, he's not going to get a Mook battle next. When he lost to Suge, Mook dubbed the possibility of them battling. So Easy's got to make the momentum of it line up perfectly. But that's clearly the kind of the best matchup besides Mook versus Surf on the return, which I know a lot of people are happy about because it's like unstoppable force versus immovable object. But if you've read Surf's letter, kind of his journal entry he said that he might not battle rap's really not on the forefront of his mind, as it shouldn't be, bro. Go see your family, go get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? If Surf's down to battle, that's the one, but there's a good chance that Surf's going to need some time for sure. So if that doesn't line up and if Mook doesn't want to battle Easy, it'll be something like a T-top or a Nitty, which is a super duper uphill battle for both of them. But I think Nitty's just in an era where he's getting a ton of big plates like that. Lux, Daylight, Ilmac, Cal. So Mook and Nitty's one of them battles that if it pops up, is it the most sought after matchup? No. But is anyone going to be mad at Mook and Nitty headlining a card? No, because they're both fire. So I'd probably maybe Nitty's the one next, but for all I know, Mook's about to sit down for a year and a half. So, you know, who knows what's going to happen. But maybe Nitty or T-top. That's probably where I'd go with it. And even then, how could you not predict Mook with the way he's been?
You guys will have Mook battling in 2026.
That's why I say it's Nitty, because like again, I like the T-top and Mook battle back in like 2021.
Okay.
Like I still like the battle, but like I just don't think that T-top has built up enough momentum to get that battle now. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Because I feel like this year, outside of like the hustle battle, it hasn't really been a lot to talk about for T-top. Like I had him losing to J2. I had him losing a couple battles. Fonz, you know what I'm saying? So like I don't really think he's in the green, you know what I'm saying? But I think from a style standpoint, Mook and T-top makes sense. But I honestly think that Nitty is like the perfect person for Mook to battle next. And if not him, then you know, I don't know who else. Truthfully, easy. But those are contingent on a bunch of other things, though. You know what I'm saying?
My brothers, I appreciate y'all. We'll talk about Summer Madness down sometime this week. I gotta get your thoughts on Summer Madness this week and everything like that. Absolutely. But yeah, man, I guess we will wait and see what's going on. I feel like Hitman and Mook is gonna be the conversation.
Unfortunately, and not for a battle rap reason, you know, even though it is something said in the battle, we know this is going to carry out, so I'm sure it'll get kind of ugly in the next few days. But you know, we'll go with it where we see us battle rap. We know the drill.
All right, my brothers, I appreciate y'all as always, man.
Definitely.
My guys, man. Shout out my brother JSMO and MLANG. Summer